Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time for America's Captain America Guide for America. Oh yeah. I have been itching to make a guide for this character for so long, and the Season 1 patch notes and buffs are finally here, so I finally feel like I can actually make a complete guide for this character. Captain America is my main, my most played character. I've got like 16, 17 hours on him, and he's the character that I really just feel comfortable dealing with almost any situation on, and he's a really good slept on tank if you know how to play him right. So in this guide, we're not going to just be talking about his abilities and what they do. I'm also going to talk to you kind of about how to play Captain America, and then we'll also dive into a replay at the end of this so I can kind of walk you through like my mindset and the things I'm thinking about whenever I play Captain America. That being said, we obviously do have to start with his abilities. Primary attack is a melee attack, does 40 damage a hit. Now, the secondary effect of his a melee attack is that after you hit someone twice, notice on the screen I get these 4 blue icons. That means I actually get a alternate primary attack, which is a shield throw, which is actually really good. Shields do 45 damage and they ricochet up to 4 times if the enemies are close enough. Evidently, this isn't close enough. Alright, that's his primary attack. And there's a lot to actually talk about on Captain America. So let me go over his abilities first, and then I'll kind of talk about them more individually, kind of in depth. Second thing with Captain America, his E is also a shield throw. This is probably your hardest hitting shield. This one hits for 70 on the first hit, has a much more forgiving aim box radius, and also ricochets up to 4 times. Each ricochet reduces the damage by 20%, but let's say I'm like over here. I can throw that and notice that it still ricochets and hits people. So this one, even if your like aim is horrible, you can still potentially get someone who's running away and trying to get into a safer position. His left shift is basically a super speed boost. Ideally, you want to always be in the speed boost while you're playing Captain America. And then when you jump, it unlocks a new ability for you called Diving Strike, which lets you dive in. Doesn't do crazy damage, hits for like 30 damage, but then boosts the enemy up in the sky. So it kind of bumps him up a little bit. And then he's got this dash on your F, which lets you kind of dash forward. You pull your shield up. It's on a 10-second cooldown. And when you have your shield up, if you're going directly at someone and they're shooting you, you won't take the projectile damage. You kind of just go straight through it. And then his last ability, actually 2 more abilities to go. He's got his shield, obviously, which is on his right click. 3 more abilities. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm on today. Shield. Okay, so this is a 400-point shield that basically kind of blocks your body. Anything that comes into the shield will be deflected. And then you got a little bit of a lag time. They buffed it. It's still 2 seconds before you could put it up again, but it's not as bad and clunky as it used to be. He's also got a team up ability with Thor, which is the C button here, which basically gives you more shield throws. These ones hit for 50 damage each, also ricocheted, only ricocheted up to 2 times, but you can throw them out really, really fast. And also that team ability gives you a small boost to your speed, which is also really nice. So that's really good for getting like some long range damage and picks. And the last ability is this ultimate, which basically keeps giving you a lot of shielding and speed every second for the whole duration of his ultimate. Any teammates that are close by you will benefit from the shielding and the speed boost. Notice Thor. I'm making Thor really cracked right now. So now let's talk more about his kit individually. So basically with Captain America, he's a super hyper mobile tank. He's really good at dealing with dive characters or like really annoying ranged backlines who just snipe in your team, like Hawkeye, Hela. Captain America is really great at just putting pressure on the enemy team. Now, ideally with Captain America, so notice his auto attack, you get these like shield throws. But I'm going to kind of talk about his sprint mode right now, because this sprint mode, you've got to actually know when to not be in sprint. Too many Captain Americas are playing in permanent sprint mode, but they're actually kind of messing up their game by doing so. So there's some issues with Captain America. The first thing is if you have your shields and you're in sprint mode and you're trying to throw your shields, you're actually canceling your own shield throw. Notice like no shields came out there. You might see like a little glimmer of a shield come out, but nothing comes out. So how I used to play Captain America is I would attack. I didn't really understand his main attack well, and I would still be charging and I'd still be attacking. Sometimes the hits would go off, but sometimes the hits wouldn't even register unless I was just really in point blank range. What I figured out though is that to get value out of this, you got to hit twice, and then you have a couple options here. Either you hit twice. Let's get rid of this real quick. All right, you go up, hit someone twice. You can either sidestep to keep your shields, sidestep left, sidestep right. Notice if we're sidestepping, we're still throwing fine. Or if we're backstepping, we're still throwing fine if you want to just keep your hand on the shift key. The other thing you can do is just auto attack, take your hand off the shift key, and just keep running forward and keep throwing your shields and catch up to them with your sprinting. And then the most advanced thing you could do to maximize your mobility is auto attack, go for it, let go of the sprint, throw a shield, let go of the sprint, throw a shield, let go of the sprint, throw a shield, let go of the sprint, throw a shield. But notice, whenever we throw the shield, we will actually cancel it. So let's go, let go, cloak, and we throw. So sprinting cancels your auto attack, which I think is kind of silly because you can't really just run and just keep throwing your shields out. And that's why I think a lot of Captain Americas are bad and really not getting a lot of value out of their character. But once you master how to use this, it's so good because you can run in, auto attack twice, back up, get somewhere safe, throw some ricochet shields, go and get your 2 auto attacks, back up, get somewhere safe. And then if you want afterwards, like honestly, just taking your hand off the shift key or just going to the left or right are going to be the most easiest options to get value out of this ability. This one a little bit more complicated, so you can kind of practice alternating between your shift and shield throws to maximize your speed, but that's really what you kind of need to be doing with Captain America. As far as his diving strike, this is a great tool for diving in and also a great tool for getting away from the teammates if it's not on cooldown. The second thing I want to talk about with his shield throws, notice I auto attack, jump in the air. I can do it while I'm doing a normal jump, but if I auto attack, and I have my diving strike and I jump and I want to throw a shield, I will always default to the diving strike, even if I only want to throw his shields instead. And I think this is where the game's a little buggy because in the key binding settings, at least for PC, there's not an option to get to rebind his auto attack and his diving strike. The diving strike is literally not even in the settings, so you have to play around this. So it kind of sucks because there's sometimes you want to jump and throw your shield and not actually diving strike. It works fine. Like if you go in, diving strikes on cooldown, auto attack, now I can do the cheeky jumping shield throwing that I want to do, which is great. But if I have my diving strike, it's always going to default to diving strike. So you really got to be mindful of that whenever you're playing Captain America. The second thing about his sprint is when you're in sprint mode and you jump up in the air, you cannot hold up your shield. I wish they edited this so I can hold my shield up doing sprints, so that way I can get some more deflex and play a lot safer while I'm diving in. But you just literally don't have the ability to hold up your shield while you're in your sprint jump. In your normal jump, yeah, you can jump with your shield. But in your sprint jump, for some reason, you just cannot hold up your shield. So it's another thing I hope they fix. I was honestly hoping some of this would have got addressed on the last patch, but I don't know if the developers are kind of aware of like these kind of like, you know, pseudo limitations. And then his E, pretty simple, does a little bit of burst damage. So basically how you want to play Captain America is you just want to either be pressuring the front line if you're playing with your team. In a perfect world, you really want to be kind of diving their back line, like their supports and like the flankers that are going for your team and the flanker DPS, because you can put a lot of pressure on them and it's really easy for you to stick to the hyper mobility character since you have a ton of mobility. So you can dive in, auto attack, put some pressure. And basically, that's honestly the bread and butter of Captain America. His last ability, the dash, you always want to save that as an escape. You can technically go in and you can like dash. Let me take cooldowns off for a second here. Practice setting, we'll take cooldowns off. So technically, you could use this to engage. You'll dash about 12 meters with this ability, which is really good for mobility. So you could use that as a gap closer, but I would not really recommend it because you can literally just kind of run them to hit them, boom, 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 and just do your magic. Oh, you're taking a lot of damage, jump, and use your shield to kind of get out, reposition, and get somewhere safe. Find a healer, get some healing, and you really want to save that ability unless you just like roll in the team and you're just trying to get close enough just to get that last little hit, okay? That's a really good ability for getting out. Like I said, if you wanted, you could technically go in with this and then shave this to go out, but I think the diving strike is way more of an effective engage because it bumps the teammates up in the air and it kind of creates a lot of chaos in the team. So Captain America, where is he really good at? He's good at dealing with dive characters, high mobility characters, really getting into the back line, causing a lot of chaos and calamity. But the issue with Captain America, a lot of players have, is I joke a lot that I think this character needs a review mirror because you'll be in the back, you'll be doing your own thing, you'll be doing a lot of work and pressure, and then you'll turn around and you realize your whole teammate's dead. So I urge you, please, when you're playing Captain America, go in, do some value, but don't overcommit to the value you're doing. Too many Captain Americas overcommit and basically just run in and die. You want to go in, get a couple auto attacks off, get some shields, key out your team's doing. Do you need to go back? Can you keep pressuring? And you really got to pay attention to where your team's at and what your team's doing because it's really easy to go way too deep with Captain America. And I get it, dude. It's so fun to just dive in and just go balls to the walls and really destroy people, but you gotta really try and minimize your deaths with Captain America because ideally with all the mobility this character has and his shielding, you should theoretically have a very low death count or not even die at all when you're playing Captain America, just because he's got a lot of options for getting out of bad situations. And he's very forgiving. If you do misplay a little bit, you can probably still get out of the situation. Next thing I want to talk about is his ultimate. When do you use his ultimate? So his ultimate is good for 3 big things. The first one is if your teammate is all pushing and your whole team's together and your whole team is behind you, I recommend don't assume your teammates know what your ultimate does, because most people don't know what it does and most people don't know how to utilize it properly. But you grant shielding and speed to your own teammates. So if your whole team is behind you and you're going in, you can run in with your shield up to kind of mitigate some damage, pop your ult, and then you kind of create this trail, and everybody who walks in that trail will get speed and shielding. So this is a great tool to use to engage on the enemy team. If everybody follows behind you, they're going to get extra shielding and extra speed, and you'll probably win that fight. So not as game-changing as like a Luna Snow ultimate, but it's still pretty damn good. The second time to use the ultimate, you're going deep, you're committing to a fight, you're getting really banged up, you're losing a lot of health. Then you can use your ultimate to either stay alive, stay in the fight. When you pop your ult, you're really hard to kill. Like, it's almost impossible to die. I'm not going to say impossible, because you can die with your ult, especially if they focus you enough and have enough damage, but 9 times out of 10, you're really not going to die. So if you're about to die in a team fight, or you're really trying to commit to it, you can pop your ult, or if you're about to die and want to get away from the fight, you can use your ult to get away from the fight. I think that's 100% okay. Using this ultimate to retreat or peel for your teammates is a very good underutilized thing. Like, a lot of Captain Americas just go in and do their own things, but if I have like a healer here or a support, and I know like she's just getting effed up and she's taking a lot of damage, and I see like an enemy assassin trying to like dive her on the back line, dude, I'll jump in, I'll go in, and I'll cast my ult just to save my ally. And a lot of times that shielding and that speed and just following that teammate and peeling for them, that's enough to keep your supports in your backline alive. And not enough Captain Americas are doing this at all. Like, this ultimate is amazing. You can save yourself, you can save your teammates, you can use it as an engage, you can use it to kind of commit to fights. Those are basically the big uses for that ultimate. But get good at practicing those things whenever you're in your games, and you're gonna have a much easier time on Captain America. And be Captain America. Like, the cool thing about his kit is you really have some options and tools at your disposal to really save some games and prevent some game impacting plays. Next thing I want to talk about is his shield deflect. So his deflection, any projectile will get deflected. Now, the thing with the deflection is that you don't have the most control over it. It's really kind of random when it deflects. So like, if I'm here and I turn my shield this way, it'll kind of go to the right. If I turn this way, it'll go to the left. So you do have a little bit of control over your deflects, but really not the most. The ideal situation you want to use your shield in, let's recover some shield first real quick, is let's say they have like a Punisher in a turret, or a Punisher casting his ult. You can actually like jump in, dive, get in front of them, and then just hold up your shield. And if you're face to face, like basically point blank range, most all of your ricochets are just going to connect to the enemy teammate. So holding shields at people's faces is the way to maximize your ricochet damage, and it's really good against heroes with a high rate of fire. Like, Punisher is a great example of this. Like, Captain America is so good at Punisher, especially like when he ults, like, or is in his turret. Like, he'll melt your shield, but he's going to take a lot of that damage back. Like, if you jump on the turret's probably going to blow up. If you jump on Punisher in his ult, he's going to take a lot of damage, and that's really not easy to finish him off. You got to be careful though, because he can melt you if he's getting like healed a lot, if you don't have like your ult when you go in on that. But he's really good at dealing with like those high pressure moments, especially like turrets. I really love Captain America against Punisher, because I just jump in their face and I just hold my shield here and I'm zoning him out of the fight and I'm getting rid of his value. Amazing thing to do with Captain America. When you have Thor shielding, it's nice, because then you don't have to go and attack twice to get your shields. You can kind of just poke at people. These shields, if I didn't mention already, they've got a range of 25 meters. It's not infinite range, but it's a pretty decent, solid amount of range. So you kind of jump in, and right here, I can throw my shield. See, it hits. And I wasn't even that accurate with the shield. Like, even if you don't hit them, that shield, the E, will ricochet. These shields, also super forgiving. Like, if your cursor is just kind of close, you'll usually hit them. So guys, that being said, let me double check here, make sure we went over all of his abilities. So to recap things, 2 auto attacks get your shields. You don't want to be holding sprint when you want to jump and have your shield up, and you don't want to hold sprint when you're trying to use your shields from your auto attack. you can take your hand off the sprint button or get used to sprinting, auto attacking, or just sidestep, backstep. That automatically takes you out of that sprint without you having to take your hand off the shift key. And then for your F, use this as primarily as an escape. You don't really want to use that to engage. This is primarily when you want to have it to engage with. And just know if you have it off cooldown, you can't do your shield throw with it. Let me disable cooldowns real quick. Settings, practice settings to get rid of the effect. Cooldowns. Yeah, so we go and we jump. Let's engage. Let me get my shield back real quick. So now I can't have it. So you kind of gotta watch when you have that ability and when you don't, if you want to be able to do this and do this playstyle. So as far as playing Captain America, you want to use him to, and you kind of have to fluctuate. There are some times where even though you want to dive and you want to go for the squishies in the backline and create some chaos, sometimes it's better to play safe, and especially if they're diving your team a lot and you're like the only tank, you definitely want to pay more attention and actually primarily deal with peeling for your teammates and dealing with the threats in your backline, and then you can go in and pressure and create chaos. Because if you're going in, doing your thing, you might live, you might cause a lot of chaos, but like I said, a lot of time you turn around, your teammate's dead, and a lot of Captain Americas really overcommit to the fight. So anyways, guys, now let's go ahead and hop in to a replay, and I'll kind of walk you through like the mindset when I'm playing Captain America, and kind of just like things to think about when you're on this character.
Hostile forces incoming.
Oh, hold on. One last thing, guys. One last thing. I talked about a shield deflect, but his shield deflect can deflect way more than you think it can. So for example, Iron Man's Omega Pulse, you can deflect that with your shield, and it feels so good when you do that. You can deflect, like if Wanda's using her one-hit KO thing, if you have your shield up, your shield will die, but you won't die. Try to get good at testing out and seeing what things you can use your shield on, because there's a lot of things in this game that Captain America's shield will basically just keep him alive from. The big ones, definitely like the Iron Man ult, but his shield is really good at bouncing and just ricocheting from a lot of potential threats out there. The big one is the Iron Man thing. Nobody knows the shield deflects Iron Man, so I love when I play against Iron Man, especially if I'm in a good position. And that's also why I'm annoyed that you can't sprint and hold your shield up, because sometimes it's really tricky to get into position. You got to be really mindful where the Iron Man's at, where's your team at, and you want to position yourself to where you're kind of playing in front of them, so that way you can actually like kind of like jump in and save your teammates. Another random thing you can do against like an Iron Man ult is if they're shooting and your teammates over there and you can't get there in time, you can literally just like jump, dash in, and if you connect with that ultimate in midair, you will make the ultimate explode. You'll die, but you'll save your own teammates. And I actually did this once, and it felt amazing. And the whole chat was like, "Oh, Captain America, we have a rule, Captain America. He saved the whole team," just because I kind of jumped in front of the ultimate. And then that's when I realized, like, oh, it doesn't travel through me. It'll actually just connect and stop in the air. And you can actually do that with any character. So now we'll hop into replay, and I'll kind of talk to you guys about like what I'm thinking about as I'm playing Captain America. All right, guys. So actually, we're not in a replay. We're actually hopping into a game of competitive, and I'm going to talk while we're playing this game. So we'll see how well that works. This will either be an epic win or it'll be a struggle, and I'll know I need to go into replay mode so I can actually talk while I'm playing. But yeah, we're gonna play an actual game. We got 2 tanks, so this is pretty good. I forgot to mention in the guide that Captain America, while he can solo tank, it's just really hard. It's a lot better if you have Captain America with the second tank. If you are solo tanking, I usually will switch off and I'll go someone like Venom or Magneto, who are a little bit more tankier in my opinion. Because Captain America, he's more of like a bruiser. He's definitely tanky, but he feels a lot more like a bruiser with kind of how you play him. So alright, so let's get to the objective. We have a Venom, so I know he's going to go in. I may dive in with this Venom too, but I think I'm going to play back a little bit more with my team and kind of just watch the fight a little bit. They got a Groot. Venom's kind of going in. I think I'm going to go and put a little pressure. I see my teammates behind me. Not too much. We have the point where we really don't have to do anything crazy here as far as overcommitting. And I'll look for an angle when I can. So right now, I'm just being patient. Wanda's going around the flank. They're trying to go for my Moon Knight. There's a couple squishy characters up here. I think I'm going to go and try to peel here. Oh, shit. All right, let's go for this Wanda. I'm going to commit to this Wanda. There we go. There we go. When we got that Wanda. Nice pick. Hella's here. Ultimate easy pick. She's bird moding up. Oh, squishy down here. I'm going to use my dash that I told you not to use to engage. We're going to get up in her face. There's a health pack here that I really need. We got our attacks. Oh my god, one hit. Oh, they're saving her. Now I'm going to get out of there. I did some value, not overcommitting the fight. I need to pull back and get a little bit of healing. They got 2 people on the point, and I got to pull back. I'm gonna ping for heals, but I might be dead here. I might be dead here. Let me go find a med kit. All right, ice, I'm getting heals. Thank you. All right, let's grab the health pack. Let's get back in the fight. They got Iron Man. We're gonna need to watch out for that ult. All right, we baited out the ult. I'm just gonna pull out. Don't need to do anything too crazy. We'll go get this med kit. Star-Lord's getting lit out here. We've got our ult too. Let's come back to the fight. Dive the back line. Let's put a little chaos on their supports. Okay, where's Iron Man? All right, see that? I ate it with my shield. It didn't deflect, but nobody died. So now I gotta pull out because I really need heals. So I'm gonna go get one of these med kits. Ping for heals again. And it looks like both our healers are dead. So we just gotta play safe and get a med kit. And now we only have Venom on the point. I'm not even gonna engage this. I'm gonna pull out and we'll just disengage. All right. And now we'll wait for our team. We got our ult up. I'm gonna ping for a regroup. And ping retreat so nobody goes in.
Enemy tagged. Follow them.
All right, we got Venom. We're just waiting for the last support here. And I think I'm gonna play a little bit further back with my supports. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moon Knight's coming in on the flank. Okay, we can push in a little bit. May pop my ult here. We'll see how the fight's doing. Okay, Hella's ulting. Let's just pull back and not give her value.
Anyone willing to help?
Alright, so 2 people got picked by Hella's ult, which kind of sucks. I can use my ult to stall. But when Hella's ulting, if we don't have a counter, we really got to pull out and not take that fight. Teammates kind of trickling in. This is really not good for us. We're going to probably lose here. Just because nobody disengaged after Hella's ult. But I'm going to go in at the end and just stall. 95, 96. Okay, we'll go stall the objective here. Really not trying to do anything good. Just trying to be really tricky and hard to hit. Pop my ult now. Now let's just fight on the point. Oh shit. And I'm just running around in circles. Any teammates come in, they'll get that extra shielding. Groot's the only person I can get access to easily, so I'm just gonna focus on him. Ideally want to be going for the supports. Alright, Hella's here. Go for Hella. But I'm not gonna leave the point. Zone him out a little bit. Oh, where's it? Where's it? Oh, man. Okay. Nice. Good job, team. Oh, hell up here on the back line, too. Alright, very good, very good. Now we just gotta hold this point. 60% away to my next ult. I think I'm gonna go and try to distract them from getting to the point here a little bit. And take the focus to me, and now we're gonna get out of there. Not overcommit. Ping and retreat. Iron Man. Oh, Iron Man indoors. Not gonna overcommit. I know he looked juicy, but holding him here is actually pretty good for us. Don't need to overcommit, don't need to die. Let's just play safe.
Invisible? We are undefeated.
Oh, Mantis ulting? That's a wasted ult. Watch from the backside. Okay, they're going in now. Going Hella. There we go. Nice. Deflect this, deflect this. Don't gotta chase him. He's gotta come in or they're gonna lose. And we did it, guys. Textbook game in the books. 6-0, didn't die once. I'd say that's a successful game for Captain America. All right, let's see if we can do it again, guys.
Got it?
Nice to see a nation reach its full potential. Hostile forces incoming. Elements, jerks!
All right, we got our ult. So now that I have my ult, I know I can play a little bit aggressive because I got a free get out of jail card. Groot by himself, team got zoned out, so I'm gonna try and burst him down. There we go. Excellent. Now we can go do some pressure since we have man advantage. I'm gonna run around the flank here. Yeah, I knew someone was there. I'm not going to overcommit to the fight. I'm just going to zone him out. Pull back, get some heals, get this hell out of the fight. Fantastic. Heal up. Alright, now I'm just going to try and be a menace for them. Take their attention off the point, come back, get some heals. Iron Man's over here. Gotta make sure I'm in a position for a deflect. He's going back to the team. And come around the flank, put a little pressure. Whole team's there. I don't want to dive that. Just play back, be annoying, keep them zoned out, play around this med pack here, and really just kind of keeping Iron Man from going for his little flank. I know he wants to flank. The way he's playing, I can tell he's probably got his ult. Let's go around the front side. He might shoot it out this way.
Hold still. I'm trying to help.
Alright, let's go back and watch that left side. And I'm just playing super safe. Nothing crazy. They're getting a little bit of angle. I'm gonna go in and flank from the backside. Alright, we're popping our ult, and we're just gonna cause a lot of chaos here. So now I got the team zoned out. That's where you want to be. He's healing so much with their ult buffs. That's wild. And we're gonna pretend like I'm going in. Kind of be annoying. Let's pull back. I really know Iron Man wants to ult. I know he's trying to get in position for an ult. I see him over there.
We are undefeatable.
Need some heals, so we gotta pull out real quick. Nice. Good heals, good heals, good heals. Alright. Where's that Iron Man ult? There we go. And that's a deflect, baby. Ult did absolutely nothing. You know he's mad. And that's like one of the rare situations you want to use your dash since he had like no health. And that's it, guys. That's about as perfect a Captain America as you can get. 11-0, deflected the Iron Man ults. Epic game for the books. If you guys enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, comment down below and let me know what you think. Did I miss anything? Did I cover all the grounds? And until next time, have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile. I will see you on the next one. Bye.